I was watching YouTube the other week, and then a thing popped up in my feed, which was about the Rockford Files with Jim Gardner back in the 70s. And I love that show. My dad used to put it on all the time when it was in syndication, and we would watch it all the time. So fun. And it made me start thinking about the production when they were making those TV shows back then. I mean, we're talking about, mid 70s, early to mid 70s, and man, those crews were working super hard. They were doing everything on film. They had to make sure that they were getting the dailies printed up and then taking a look at that and then getting it to editing bays and making sure that they were recording sound right. And they were bringing all of this large analog equipment with them when they were out and about doing this. And they had to do this for 22 episodes a season. And they were running and gunning and then having to write and prepare these things. And you're writing it on what? Notebooks and typing up everything and getting the stuff somewhat Xeroxed, so that people can get their pages out. And you just had to work super hard. There was a lot of muscle that was involved in it. And it really made me think, man, if they were able to do that then what's holding us up now? What is it that's holding us up today when we've got stuff that's right on our laptop that any of those crews or production teams back in the 1970s would absolutely think was a dream come true, right? So I don't know. I think part of this is about just showing up and getting the work done. And yeah, it might feel difficult, but believe me, we have access to tools that are way easier than what they had to deal with in the 1970s as they're making the Rockford Files and trying to lug everything around and making sure that you're getting it right. Can you imagine that? Like filming something for the day and all you're doing is like you're checking it and you're hoping that it got exposed right and that you got it in the can and that there was no errors with the film, and that you've got it locked, because there's a lot riding on the line. I don't know, I think a very good reminder for us today, particularly in early 21st century, with the tools that we have available, that we can stretch ourselves even further with what we can do and what we can create.